The Lanham Act is federal law that governs the registration of trademarks and service marks, generally speaking, and there are many different components of the Lanham Act depending on the context of how it's being used. If it's being used for registration purposes, if it's being used for infringement purposes or litigation purposes. So the Lanham Act is an old body of federal law, an act that governs trademarks and service marks generally. There are some high-profile cases that have recently involved the Lanham Act, and one of my favorites is the Paris Hilton versus Hallmark case, where Paris Hilton sued Hallmark for use of the term "that's hot," and she actually won. Another case involved other celebrities suing over generalized terms, and there were losses there. There were also some high-profile cases involving Apple and HTC on use of iPhone or iCase. The Lanham Act was signed into law back in 1947 by President Truman, and since then there have been other acts that are somewhat interrelated to the Lanham Act. The Anti-Cybersquatting Act, for example. So a lot of different acts have been out there or enacted by Congress which have a relationship to the Lanham Act and are often enforced along with Lanham Act-based claims.